Open for Business, presented by Kicking In Australia, one of the finest and fastest growing businesses in Australia.
Hi there, I'm Mike Loder and welcome back to Open for Business, where we unlock the secrets of starting and maintaining a successful business in 2022. And boy, do we have a huge final episode for you today. Over the past few weeks, we've covered topics like starting a brand, building a culture, learning to lead, and finding a great business partner. But in today's episode, we're going to find out what all of that means when you have your family, not just by your side, but actually playing key roles in the company too, which explains why it's a big family affair in the Ticker Studio today. Not only do I have the co-founders of Aussie Cajun seafood restaurant chain Kicking In, Ravi Singh and Sammy Karas with me, but I'm also pleased to say their other halves, some might say their better halves, Veena and Hala are here too. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Thank you, Mike.
Ravi, I'll get you to start us off with telling us a little bit about the Kicking In story for those at home who might have missed the previous episodes or want to learn more about what we're going to be talking about today. Run us through.
2015, Mike, was a very important year. That's when Sammy and I started the convention called Kicking In Australia. It was based on two pillars. One is, you've heard this before, Mike, playing with your food and having no table etiquette. So we wanted to break the market through Cajun influence here in Australia, which is South Louisiana inspired. We could not find the Cajun sauce, so we came up with a convention to prepare our own, and you'll hear about this, about Hala's Kitchen, and we came up with 5 golden, or the signature sauces, which is Cajun, garlic butter, lemon pepper, and Sammy's favorite, shebang, which is a mixture of all of them. So it's all about dips and gloves and enjoying Aussie seafood with style and great family feel.
It certainly is a lot of fun. Sammy, I'm going to go to you first. In our last episode, you and Ravi talked a lot about how you've been mates for more than 2 decades. I guess you've gotten to know each other's families in that time as well.
Yes, Mike, it's an important question. When we started working, the two families started working together, it was a relief to see that both our families are similar and the dynamics are there. True, them being brought up the right way. It was a very nice harmony between our two families, and it was great to work with each other. Kids complemented each other. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, lovely said. Well said. So Veena, tell me a little bit about your role in all of this Kicking In.
Mike, I head the finance and the innovation team at Kicking In. The finance team basically pays the 400 employees that we have got and the suppliers. We also maintain the cash flow to allow us to achieve our 2030 dream of 100 restaurants.
Yeah.
Further to that, I look at implementing innovation ideas. Currently, I'm working with some developers looking at Kicking In app, which is very exciting. This is going to allow customers to order takeaway on the app, order at the table, and also pay at the table.
Very cool. We're seeing a bit more of that, so I think it makes sense to be integrating it into the restaurants. Well said. And Hala, I know your home kitchen was where you all tried and tested these dozens of sauces and the recipes. What role do you play in the business now?
I'm so proud to say that all that happened started at my kitchen. So those early days were so valuable. Not only were our 5 signature sauces born, but it was really a really important time for us because it's where we did our bonding, our best bonding, and our collective dreaming. And here we are living the dream, by the way. And yeah, we would spend hours and hours of an evening after work. You know, I would have the stations set up, yes, and the portions of seafood, the correct portions already. And, you know, 5-6 hours would pass like 20 minutes.
Wow.
And it was so much fun and really valuable time. And the second part of your question there, so I wear many hats in the business.
Yes.
But mainly it's my role is business support. So wherever I'm needed, I'm there to assist.
A true hero,
Yeah.
to say the least. So,
Yeah.
Veena, you've told me your hubby, Ravi, doesn't sleep very much. We've heard a bit about that. Is it true that he is, in fact, married to the business? And I suppose, how do you manage to keep harmony at work and at home as well? How do you balance it all?
He's married to the business and I'm married to him. We've been married for 27 years, Mike. It makes it a bit easier because to keep the harmony, I'm involved in the business as well. So I see what it takes to navigate the business. It requires a lot of effort and sacrifice. We take time out for the kids and the extended family, huge extended family, I should say, that we both have got. Sometimes I have to remind him of family accountabilities. And I fully support him because business and family is both important to us.
You know, it's a delicate dance. But
Absolutely.
Hala, I guess it's never easy bringing up children when a business is involved. I wonder if that's the case. But I know all your kids work in the business at some point, or that perhaps they still do. Some of them full-time, others part-time. Tell us a little bit more about the work that they do and how they get involved.
So Mike, our 4 children, Simone, Joshua, Jasmine and Grace, they're all grown up and they have their degrees and careers, etc. But from the get-go, because we did all the developing of the sauces in our kitchen, in our home, they were our guinea pigs, yes, to do a lot of the taste testing. And that was really lovely. Fast forward a few years, and it was more like, hey guys, we've just taken over another store. We need to clean it up. All hands on deck, please, and wear closed shoes. And they were there for us.
I love that.
And you know, thereafter, anything we kind of needed, they were more than happy to help in everything that we asked for. And in between helping, they would be, you know, introducing the restaurant to all their friends, all their colleagues, because the restaurant is just, our concept is just so great for team bonding. So they would bring their work colleagues and associates and all that to introduce them to our restaurant because they were so happy and proud. Yes.
Incredible.
Yes.
Well said. Ravi, I'm going to go to you now. We've spoken a lot over the past few weeks about the importance of family values at Kickin' In. Does it make it easier to create that sort of environment when you have your actual family working in the company as well, or does it present some challenges? Perhaps there's some things you could highlight for people out there who might be going through the same thing, or perhaps wondering if they should bring their family up.
It's a double-sided coin, Mike. I mean, makes it easier. The answer is yes. Why? Because both the families come with great values, and those values are closely associated with the Kickin' In values, which is, you know, to do with vibe, culture, and love. And underpinning that is trust and relationship and respect. Challenging is because we both have, you know, millennial kids, you know, so that's where the discipline comes in.
Yeah.
Not the hardest thing to do, and most of the time we'll learn from them. So the spectrum is from both sides.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sammy, over to you, my friend. Do you think there'll ever come a time when any of you decide the business is getting too big to have all your family involved and so closely intertwined in it all, do you think?
Mike, it's a great question. Yes, we're expanding. We need to open another 88 restaurants in the next 8 years, and we'll be employing more staff and more professionals to help us. But family is very important. Kids are very important, and our wives, because that started with us from zero, and they know the in and outs, they know our procedures, they know our culture, and we can't take them away from the business. We need them to be in there with those as we're growing, to make sure that Kickin' In doesn't get diluted, and to keep what's happening now and even advance it further. So it is very important our family, the kids, still be involved in the business.
Absolutely, sort of keep that through line going, you know, that
Absolutely.
family vibe, etc.
Yeah.
Guys, I know business is fast-paced. It's a bit of a challenge, so I'm going to hit you with some fast-paced questions now just to get a rise out of all of you.
Okay.
So let's dive through. Hala, I know you and Sammy both have a wonderful senses of humour. What's been the funniest thing you've learnt as a couple, or the funniest thing you've gone through in life and now in business together?
Oh boy, hope he doesn't mind me saying what I'm thinking. So I've learned that as we've grown, and actually through life too, Sammy doesn't mind being in the limelight. You know, he's enjoying the fame. He's enjoying being recognized, you know, because our stores have got, every store has got our storyboard up, and there's a larger than life picture of Ravi and Sammy along with our story, and Vina and my names are somewhere there in the print, but Sammy and Ravi are there. And so whenever they're spotted in the stores, I know for Sammy, is you know, the customers might want a photo with him, and he loves it. He'll come home and tell me about it. And when he gets, he got a call and he said, "Hey, Sammy, I think I saw your photo on the side of a bus. Was that you?" And he said, "Oh, yes, that was me. Yes, that was me. Did you like it?"
I love
so
that
was really fun.
There's a bit of a star and influencer, you
Oh,
might
yeah.
say. Sammy, tell me the best piece of advice Hala has given you about keeping everything running smoothly, both in family life and in business.
Okay, well, at home, family life is do it yourself.
Love it.
Got to keep him grounded, of course.
Business-wise, she always tells me, be humble, stay humble, don't get angry, just think before you speak, and be the person that you are.
Stay true to yourself.
Being humble is the best thing anybody can do.
Well said.
And I take that on board seriously, and I thank her for keeping me in line. And
Yeah, well said by you. Veena, I'll go to you now. I know Ravi and the kids have family meetings at the dinner table. Whenever you have a big development within the business coming up, are there ever any arguments or things thrown across the dinner table? Can you give us some insight here?
Oh, yes, Mike. We've got 3 beautiful kids, Aaron, Christine and Dylan, who are operationally involved in the business. Yes, we do have arguments, or I'll say healthy debate. The most recent one I can share is, the cost of doing business has gone up by 44%. So we're having a chat about how, do we pass that to the customers? Kids were of the opinion that, they're working on the ground, so a price increase will be detrimental to the business. But Ravi had to explain them why it was relevant to increase the price. So I would say, we do have healthy debates at the dinner
Healthy
table.
debates, I like that. And Ravi, I know you all share the vision of opening up 100 restaurants by 2030. So by my count, there's 88 left to go. How are you guys as a family going to celebrate the milestone, of course, once it's all achieved and Sammy's picture's up on a few more buses?
Absolutely. It's a wonderful question, Mike, and I think about it all the time. When we started this journey in 2015, the celebration had already started because we knew we had a conventional idea that would crack into the market and become a brand in the next 10 to 15 years. So celebration has become synonymous to Kicking In. Not only do we celebrate as a family in coming up with the convention and growing the business to 88 stores, but we also celebrate with our wonderful 400 staff members that makes us look good day in, day out. Are we going to have a bigger celebration once we hit that 100 mark? The answer is, of course, yes. But till then, we are on a journey, and we're going to continuously strive towards opening the 88 more restaurants.
It's no secret that you guys are all working hard. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. That's all we got time for the moment, but thanks again. Well, that wraps up this first season of Open for Business. So a huge thank you to the Kicking In team and all of our special guests over the past few weeks for sharing a whole heap of business knowledge and a huge amount of insight into the Kicking In success story with us. I'm really looking forward to coming in for another meal soon, as I'm sure many of you watching are as well. It's been a pleasure having your company. I'll catch you again soon when we open for business.